TRT can make older men feel powerful in the gym again. But if your ego starts moving faster than your joints and tendons can handle, you get humbled very quickly. After 40, finishing a hard session without a new injury often feels like a win. When I say that to the younger guys in the gym, they sometimes look at me like I'm speaking different language. And I get it. I was the same. When you are younger, you feel aggressive, capable, almost indestructible. You can push hard, recover fast. But after 40, especially if you train for years, your body has history. Things that flare up just by looking at the dumbbell. And TRT can make that even more interesting. Because it gives you more drive, more confidence, more strength, better recovery. Your joints and tendons don't care. They are still the same age as your passport. And this is where men get themselves into trouble fast. So what's the actual goal? The goal is not to crawl out of the gym totally destroyed and call it a great session. It's not to chase every lift like you are still 24 and trying to prove something. The goal is to build muscle. Stay lean enough to feel good taking your shirt off on holiday. Be fit enough so normal life feels easy. Have enough strength, fitness and energy to feel confident, capable, and like you still respect the man in a mirror. And yes, maybe fit enough if your girl wants some action from you. You are not lying there looking like you need some medical attention. And all jokes aside, this is real. When fitness goes up and body fat down, most men feel the difference everywhere. Energy, confidence and bedroom performance included. I feel it myself. Even few kilos can make a noticeable difference. After 40, the win is maximum destruction. It is progress you can recover from, repeat and build on. That is the shift. And the reason why this shift matters is simple. After 40, you are not training with a blank slate. You are training with the history. Most men by this age are carrying something. Old injuries, tight spots. And if you have trained hard for years, worked physical jobs, played sports or just lived normal life, you have usually collected few souvenirs along the way. That matters. Because the perfect training plan on paper means nothing if your body cannot execute or recover from it. So be honest with yourself. Now what keeps flaring up? Now what you can actually tolerate well? And now where pushing harder stops being productive and starts becoming stupid. When you are younger, you can get away with training aggressively and recovering poorly. After 40, that gets expensive. Work around your weak points, not straight through them. This is why after 40, smart, sustainable training wins over flash ego training. And this is exactly where TRT becomes double-edged sword. Because TRT can make you feel great in the gym again. More driven, more confident, stronger and more recovered. And that is a good thing. But feeling stronger is not the same as being bulletproof. Your testosterone may be higher. Your joints, tendons and old injuries are still the same age as before. That is where men get themselves into troubles. You feel better, you push harder. You add weight faster. You do more than your structure is ready for. TRT can raise your capacity, but it doesn't remove the need for judgment. If anything, it makes the judgment even more important. And this is exactly why exercise selection matters more as you get older. The older I get, the more I realize this. The best exercise isn't always the one that is most hardcore. It is the one that gives me most return with the least unnecessary risk. Some men can still do heavy barbell squats, heavy deadlifts, and pretty much whatever they want. Good for them. But for lots of men over 40, the correct question is not, what is the most hardcore training I can do? It is, what lets me train hard, progress well, and still come back and do it again next week. Sometimes that is barbell, sometimes it is machine, sometimes it is cable. The goal is to train your muscle, not your ego. Because after 40, there is no price for picking exercises that keep irritating the same shoulder, the same knee or lower back. Train hard, yes, but use the right tool for the job. This is usually the smarter long-term game. Yes, I know it sounds boring, but in the end, the truth is simple. Consistency still wins. Not because it's motivational, because it's practical. One amazing workout means nothing if it wrecks you for next week. One hard week means nothing if it leads to another injury. After 40, progress isn't built by proving how hard you can go for few days. It's built by stacking solid weeks together. And lifestyle matters more than most men like to admit. Sleep matters, food matters, alcohol matters, recovery matters. Because after 40, you don't just pay for bad decisions how you look. You pay for them how you feel, how you train, how well you recover. This is why men who keep progressing are usually not the most reckless. They are the ones who train with intent, recover properly, and they keep showing up. That is the long game. And after 40, the long game wins. After 40, the goal is not to prove you can still train like a younger man. It is to train hard enough to improve, smart enough to stay healthy, and consistently enough to be doing it years from now. TRT can help with that, but in training it can also be double-edged sword. It demands better judgment, smarter exercise selection, and it still does not replace consistency. Because the real win is not one great workout, it is building a body that still looks good, still performs well, and still works in real life. If you are a man over 40, let me know in the comments. What has age changed most about your training? And if you want more honest content on TRT, training and rebuilding strength after 40, subscribe.